Hey everybody, welcome back to another Roblox related video. Today, as you can see, we have a tier maker here, and I'm gonna be rating all of the Piggy maps how I feel it is. So from best to worst. So if you want to see me do more tier maker maps, more ranking stuff, make sure to leave a like, share, subscribe, and comment below ranking. Okay, it tells me what you guys like and what you guys don't. So firstly, we're gonna start off with the house. Now, since the house map was the first map, it's original, it's pretty amazing. But I don't really like where the fact that sometimes, like, if you want the orange key, you have to go up all the way from, like, the attic level all the way down to, like, the orange key basement level, which is really annoying sometimes. So I don't really like that part about it, and then there's, like, a lot of going back and forth constantly. So yeah, but the storyline was very basic. So I'm gonna put the house in meh. Station. Okay. So the station, the station. The station, mm, the story wasn't really all that. It was just kind of like a continuation where we go to the station and get picked up by Doggy. So, and then once again, there was a lot of running back and forth throughout the map. So I'm also gonna put the station in meh. The gallery. The storyline was basically the storyline. The storyline, I give the storyline like a meh. But the chapter, what I really don't like is these spiral staircases. Like, let's say you're trying to go up, there's like a trap in the middle, and like Piggy's camping at the top. There's really nothing that you can do, so I don't really like the gallery. But then again, if it comes to grinding coins, it's pretty good. But because of the spiral staircases and like the narrow hallways, and just like you won't be able to see where Piggy's coming from, I'd put gallery in bad. I don't really like gallery that much. Forest. Where's forest? Forest. Forest. Um, Forest is okay. Forest is where we first meet Mr. P, so that's pretty good about it. But the tower, like the tower where you have to go for the yellow safe, that tower is really annoying. Sometimes, like, that crawl space there, Piggy can just come, and if you can't get out of the crawl space correctly, you're basically done for. And that's not really nice to experience, because then you're basically gonna keep dying over and over again. That's what happened to me when I played the forest about like 6 months ago. So go check out that video if you want to see me fail twice and then get it the third time, I think. So forest also goes in meh. School. So the school is where we meet Mr. P in person. I like that. I like that a lot. The school, it's not that big. It's kind of tiny-ish, but then there's about 3 levels. So, I kind of like the school because there's a lot of different things to do, and then Buddy's also there, and I liked Buddy a lot. She's one of my favorite characters, along with Doggy. And in the forest, Doggy just, quote, creek craft, Doggy got. So, that was kind of sad. So, to actually think that Mini2 did that, And then, this is where we meet Buddy, though. And then You know what? I like the school map. It's pretty good. You know, I can't give any further explanation because I like it. Hospital. Hospital storyline is pretty good because you know, in the end of the school you get knocked out and then it goes to the hospital, which makes sense. But the gameplay is kind of difficult because like once you go up that staircase towards the exit and the bot comes up, it's very hard to get back down. Like sometimes the bot will just camp on the plank because there's like invisible walls around it, and that is kind of very upsetting. And then you basically just have to kind of lure the bot up the stairs and then jump down, and the bot will be stuck up there when you go up there, when you want to go up there. And that's really annoying. So I don't like that. But otherwise, I think the hospital is pretty cool. I think that's the first time where we saw the test tubes. And test tubes are kind of cool, you know, the vials. So I'm gonna put the hospital in meh. Now Metro. Metro is where Bunny um oofs. So that's kind of sad. Uh and in the red key room, like you want to unlock the yellow safe, but the bot's right behind you. Like, there's literally no escape out of the red key. I mean, out of that room in blue key where the yellow safe is. There's basically no escape from that room. So if you unlock the yellow safe, but like the bot's already there, you're a goner. So I don't like that part. But the rest of the map is pretty fine. So I will put this in. I'll put it. Actually no. I'll put it in meh. City. No, carnival. Carnival. Carnival is a really, 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 really simple map. It is so easy to escape. And that basically just takes the fun out of it, kind of. But then again, we do meet Zizzy and Pony, and we do kind of have that hatred for Mr. P now that Buddy died. So, yeah. But then again, if you want to grind like easy piggy coins and private servers, Carnival's probably one of the best maps for that besides Gallery. But still, you know, I don't really like Carnival. It's pretty. It's very easy. So I'm gonna put it out there with Gallery in the bad. City. I like the design of this map a lot. I like it a lot. The running back and forth, I don't like. But I like it. I like the design a lot. I like the design a lot. It's really good. So you know what? I'm putting that. I'm gonna put that here. And also, this has 2 bots. So I also like that. And you can use 2 items in like 2 different places. Like the fire extinguisher goes in the exit, and it also goes upstairs on top of the roof. And I kind of like that. I know that happened in House, but still, House is very basic and original, like I said. So, yeah. Technically, it happened in every map. But I like City a lot because of the design. And the buildings are pretty cool. But yeah, so City, I'm gonna leave it in good. Mall. I like the mall a lot. The one problem I have with it though is when you have to use the wrench in Mousie's vent. So Mousie is crawling around her vent, and then Robbie's like right behind you, let's just say. you use the wrench, but if you get out, it's hard to get around Robbie and out of the door again. And then you can't stay in the vent and go down the other way because most likely Mousie's gonna be right behind you, and she's kind of fast in the vent, so you're kind of a goner in that section, but it's pretty good nonetheless. But because of that, that just shunts down to a meh. But once again, the city storyline was good. That's where we first see the safe place, and that's where we first see Georgie, his shadow in the dumpster. And then Mall is also where we do meet Georgie. So story-wise, I think it's pretty good, but play-wise, in that little thing, it's really not good. And then the lasers kind of give it away to like Piggy if you're playing with the player, and I don't really like that either. All right. Outpost. I really like Outpost. I think the mechanism of the tank busting through that fence and then blowing up the cracked wall, I think that's pretty cool, not gonna lie. So I'd put that in good. But the one problem is getting the bullet. If the bot is right behind you once again, that room is literally so narrow. And it's like, you're probably not gonna get out of that room. It's very narrow. If you get the bullet and Torture comes in there, you're done. So that's what I don't like, but still I like the design a lot, so I'm gonna put it in good. Plant. Amazing. The storyline in Outpost was amazing, but Plant had 3 endings, especially the true ending. And the true ending gave so much information. And I think that's why I like it so much. But, with Mr. P shooting his gun, that freezes you. And then it kind of gets a little annoying, and then you get frozen and Badgie can come up to you and kill you. Unlike when you get stuck in traps at the end of book 2. And then the bots just, freeze behind you. I like that, but, that kind of just bumps it out to good. But no, I still like the design and the 3 badges of Plant a lot, so I'm gonna put that in amazing. And then there's also Distorted Memory, which comes before Plant. Now, I've never played this map before in the Piggy game itself, but I have played it in Piggy 100 players. I think it's a pretty cool map. But it's basically a redesign of House with a few more touches, but I think it's a better version of House, so I'm gonna put that in the good section. Alleys. The start of book 2 and the flashback. I like the fact that this is a flashback a lot. And I also think that this is the first map to have a non-infected bot. And I like that a lot. Rash isn't infected. And it's a flashback. Storyline's good. We meet Willow for the first time. And we also arrest her. And then we get put to outside of the safe place. And I find that pretty cool. So, you know what? I'm gonna put Alleys in good because of that. Store. The simplicity of Store is just like basically grinding Carnival or Gallery in book 2, because the safe glitches still aren't fixed in that map. So if you just go ahead, glitch the purple safe battery and glitch the yellow, the stairs out of the yellow safe, you basically just beat the map immediately. So I don't really like that with those glitches, but for those grinders out there, that's good for them. But the storyline is pretty cool. The storyline is what bumps it up a lot, because Zizzy gets kidnapped by TSP, and we first learn that Pony did something bad in TSP, but we don't know what. So that puts Stora in good. It would be in bad, but the storyline puts it all the way up to good. Refinery. I like Refinery a lot. It's with all of the TSP members stationed around the map. I find that a pretty cool feature. Um, because like none of the other maps have that mechanism. So I like that. I like that a lot. That is pretty cool. Having like 6 different bots there. And also, that's where Zizzy gets infected, so that immediately bumps Refinery up to amazing. And then there's so much you need to do. And then Pony going through the vent and finding that car is kind of cool. And then using the car to distract Baron is also pretty cool. So I'm putting Refinery up there and amazing. Safe place. Ugh. Ugh. Ah. Safe place. You see, the one thing that makes safe place bad a lot is the stairs. The stairs are so annoying. The stairs and the elevator. I know the elevator is cool. You can go from floor to floor, but like opening that up just to get the yellow key, and you don't really need to use that. I don't like that at all. I don't like the elevator at all. Safe place is not my favorite map, but then we do get thrown in the jail, which is why it's not in horrible and it's in bad. And then we get thrown in the factory jail, and I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, safe place, not definitely not the favorite. And then we have the winter holiday map. Now this didn't relate. Now, just like Distorted Memory, Winter Holiday didn't relate to Piggy a bit. It was just like a Christmas fun map to do. That maze was insanely annoying, to me. But I think it was pretty cool. So I'm gonna put it in meh. Yeah, I'm gonna put that in meh. I don't want to say anything else. Sewers. Boop. I love sewers so much. Sewers was my favorite map. So for like a few chapters, like ever since Sewers came out, like I loved it a lot. You know, because of Alphys, because of like the design, and it looked like that was like the most real map, and I like that. I like that a lot. It was going down into the sewers and having like an alligator chase you, and then using gears to like clear up the sewer water. I think that was pretty cool. I love sewers so much. Sewers is going up there and amazing. Factory. With Willow chasing you, and the amount of traps that gets placed down, it's pretty bad. And also, if you try to use camouflage in Factory, because Coley's infected and insolence, he still sees you, even though you camouflage. And I figured that out the hard way. And I hate that a lot. It really puts you back. But the storyline makes it so good. Because there are three different endings. One where which you die, and then I love that. I love that a lot. But the map is okay where you saved all the TSP members using different items. I think that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna put it in good. It's not one of my favorites. Port. Ugh. For some reason, I just didn't like Port. I didn't like it at all. Like for some reason. I don't know why. I think storyline wise, I think Port was decent story wise, but otherwise I just don't like Port. I don't know why. I just don't really like the design, the going up and back and forth where the bot gets stuck in like the blue key room stairs. I don't really like that at all. But the secret Easter egg with the Mr. Stitchy friend thingy where you collect all the insolence eyes and knock on the door. I think that was pretty cool. But still, I'm gonna put Port in bad because I don't really like it. Ship is my favorite map in Piggy. I love Ship. I love Archie and I love Ship. Ship was a great map. I just like Port really bummed me out, but Ship just like amazed me. I like that we were searching for gas. Willow kicks down Bobby, Pepper, and Kenneth. Uh oh boy, that was insane. That was so good. Oh my God, Ship is probably Ship is my favorite my favorite Piggy map, by far. I love Ship, and that's when Sewers became my second favorite map after Ship came out. I just enjoyed playing it so much. Going up and down, like going like there's so many floors to go up, like from the smack at the bottom of the ship all the way to like the top by the smokestacks of the ship, running down about like 7 floors, the amount of notes there were, and with Budgie and the fuel, like we arrived at Doveport like the second we got down to the fuel. That question is probably never gonna be answered, but that makes Ship so good, the storyline wise, and play wise. Docs. Docs. The problem with Docs is a few things. Number one, I think the fact that the bot can teleport is cool, but also annoying at the same time. Like, instead of just like the bot getting stuck on the stairs and making your life a whole lot easier, he can teleport to get up the stairs or to go down the stairs. That's kind of sad for the players, but I think it is fair. It's definitely fair. So I see why he put that in there. The maze. The maze in Docs is so annoying. I hate the maze. Even though I like mazes in general, the Docs maze is just there for no reason. I don't see the purpose of it because it's just there. Like it doesn't need to be there. There's no point of it being there. It's just there. So I hate the maze area. The tomb area was really unnecessary. Like, why there's a tomb there? doesn't make sense. Like, okay, if the docks were built over that, yeah, that kind of makes sense. But the maze doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And there's literally one part, which is the docks. And the other part is just like a little bunker area. And I don't like that. Like, if it's the docks, then it would probably be like a copy of Port. Like, I understand ship was just a fill-in to understand what happened between the way from Lucella to Doveport, but even so, the ship was better than Port and docks, because docks is the same thing as Port, literally the same thing. He just designed it differently to make it look like it was a different place. But the port and docks are technically the same thing. So, like, docks literally, if port was there, the docks had no reason to be there. But if docks was there, then port literally had no reason to be there. So they both cancel each other out. And that's why I don't really like docks. But then the storyline where, like, Pony gets hit by Marcus, is kind of cool, but he doesn't get infected because Marcus, once again, is a part of the insolence and not infected, unlike Coley, who is both insolence and infected. So many of you may be wondering why Pony didn't get infected. That's because he was never hit by infected. He was hit by the insolence. So yeah, and then meeting up with Tigry, finding out why he wants to get the cure, finding Kona, going down to his lab is pretty pretty cool. So that's why instead of being in meh, Docs would go up to good. Temple. I don't see the reason why Minitude had to name it Temple. Like, that is a super duper tiny lab. Like, that is probably the tiniest lab I have ever seen. And if Coda really, like, works there, that's just sad. Too bad for him. But, like, I understand he dug onto an archaeological site and whatever. But, like, then again, those could be two separate chapters. But I don't like it because we were supposed to be going down into the lab and then we end up escaping from a temple, which really doesn't make that much sense. But whatever. But then the actual map was pretty good. Sense-wise, it's just, I don't get it. But playing-wise, I think it's pretty cool. But going all the way into Red Key, and then going back for Yellow Key, and then going all the way up to Orange to get the shovel, that's really unnecessary, and that slows down the gameplay a lot. But otherwise, the map is pretty cool. But instead of being meh, the storyline brings it up to good. We literally get trapped inside of our head for the savior ending, and we meet Dune Man, or a Tio, the Insolence Overseer, or Harold, whatever you want to call him. And this person, we meet him, and that's the first time we ever meet him, and then we put up a show in front of Pony. And once again, the topic of what he did in TSP was brought up again, but he didn't reveal it just yet. Because he didn't think it was time. And yeah, I don't know. But I think that meeting Dude Man made the chapter super duper good. So that's what I think made the temple a pretty good map. Camp. And Temple also had that puzzle, which was pretty cool. And Docs also had kind of a puzzle, which was also pretty cool. But Camp, I like Camp a lot, and it's one of my favorite maps. So I put it in awesome. But I I figured out the puzzle. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have, but once again, you only need to click on 3 of the dots to beat the map. You gotta click on the one in the starting shed, not the one, not orange key, not the orange key room, but the one where you could possibly get orange key and where you need to put the ladder in to go up and fire the cannon. That's the first one. Then you go up to look where you had to put where you had to bring one of the bots for the teddy bear to disappear and for you to get the Laura skin. That's the second dot that you need to click, and then the third dot is right behind the green key shed, behind those 3 tanks, on the opposite side of the shovel pile. So if you just click those dots in order, you basically solve the code. That was pretty easy. But yeah, I like camp a lot. I think the rope is pretty cool, but the cave area, I just don't see the point of it. Like, there's really no reason for there to be like a mine shaft looking thing over there. So yeah, I don't know. But otherwise, I think camp is a pretty good map. With the bots popping out of the ground makes it a little challenging, but that's also pretty cool. All right. Now, heist. Heist is basically alleys, but you just have to get a pie. Once again, there's a non-infected bot. Once again, it's a flashback to even longer before alleys. And you actually play as Willow and Pony for the first time ever, which is pretty cool. I like that. So heist is pretty cool, and then you have to dodge the lasers to get the pie, or else it'll shut down, I think, and or Polly will come and tase you. So I like heist, and the storyline was very, very, very good. So heist goes all the way up there in amazing. Distraction. Distraction is where we find out what happened, how Zizzy was able to cause a distraction by blowing up those TNT, but it was weirdly odd and distorted. That was basically just distorted refinery, and plus, half of the rooms shouldn't have even been there. Like the place where you put the dynamite, that didn't even exist when you played through Refinery the first time. Like that, like there wasn't even a door next, or was there? I don't know. I don't think there was a door next to Pony, but I like the fact that it's the twins together. That is pretty cool. And then you had the Sentinels, those creatures that you could take out with the lances, the 2 in the maze and the 1 by the stairs. I think those things were pretty cool. And then going back and forth to get the 3 dynamite, putting it, and then going out. And then Zizzy meeting Jude Man was also pretty cool, and the fact that you get to play as Zizzy is pretty cool. So I'm gonna put that in good. And guys, this is my finished version of the tier list. The Piggy maps, which I like best, which are good, which are meh, and which are bad. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys understood my perspective of this. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. There's probably going to be a lot of controversy over this, but I'm sorry. That's how I feel. And I'll see you next time. Bye.